Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, November 11th, 2024. Let's take a look at the charts. I am going to start with this one, and that is a daily chart. Shows a recent buy signal Wednesday of last week when we settled above the previous high settlement price that was put out in October at 143.71. It is our day support, and in fact, I think our 3 to 5 day swing trade support still able to bottom pick 143.71, still anticipating 156.32. This channel top has been an objective now for the last few weeks. We've had a few buy signals, one of which actually was about a week ago above the 134.32 descending channel top. Classic descending flag at the top of a move, buy signal above, expecting 156.32. And that remains in effect this week above 143.71. On our way up, we are back to the 150.58, which we abandoned last Friday. There was a channel top here that we just kind of opened above, slipped below, so 150.58 is your intraday resistance. And there's the possibility that if we push through 150.58, we could, by the closing bell, actually reach our 156.32 target. That would be a high volatility move. I suspect it really would be a settlement today above 150.58 that would then likely yield 156.32 within 1 to 3 days. 156.32 is on the daily chart. The same formation on the weekly chart comes in at 161.53. So it is a narrowing range of resistance this week as 156.32 continues to climb through the week. The 156.32 to 161.53 region is sellable resistance. If you've been long, for the last week or longer, last few days, this is your area to take profits and consider going short, because once we test 156.32, we can fall back to some variation of this channel support presently in the mid 110s. Now, if we were to test this 156 area up here, these channels get reconstructed, and what is now at 114.21 will be closer to 120 even. But nonetheless, I think if you push into the mid 150s, if we reach this objective, you may consider reaching for 120 or 130 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. This is like, well, we've seen this happen before in about 2 to 3 weeks. I don't expect that to happen in 2 to 3 weeks. It could. I think 3 to 5 weeks, a couple of months at the most. And so if you're to reach for 120 or 130 strike out of the money puts, as we are testing the mid 150s, low 160s, I would have the expiration probably 3-4 months out anyway, just to give you that sort of delta bang for your buck, reduced theta of the time decay element. Now, of course, if we were to close above 156.32, we have this 170.34 level. Now, this is the daily chart. So once again, I'm going to show the same on the weekly chart, closing above 160.153, 170.14. And it is 170.14. Looks a little bit more well-defined on the daily chart. Goes back a full year. 170.34 is our next long-term resistance. And this 161.53 formation is rising at such a pace that it actually converges in late December with the 171.14 formation anyway. I think it's in the low 80s by then. This will be a big test for NVIDIA, whether it can sustain continued bullish continuation as we've seen these waves play out, what is possible, and I think what is likelier. And I say that by a degree, not significant, but what is a likelier outcome is that we fall away from here. And that this winds up containing buying pressures, say, through Q1 of 25, and we can ease back. But we could also close above it. And if we do, that is your indication to get long and stay long. I don't have the objectives mapped out yet, but we'll get to that for sure. That's why we put out a daily report, because we stay on it. Downside, if we happen to close below 143.71, we would expect not so much 134.32, that former channel top, but really 134.99. It's about the same number, but it is a newly formed rising channel bottom over the last few weeks' activity. So let's go with breaking 143.71 today, Monday, on an intraday basis. 140.94 in reach. That is a half back, 50% downside retracement over the last week and a half of activity. That could be it. Probably would be it for the day. But if we do close back below 143.71, if you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader, trader and you've been long anticipating 156.32, my suggestion is to exit that long position. You may, if you're comfortable with it, consider playing the short side, shorting NVIDIA short term for the next 3 to 5 days back to 134.39. At 134.39, this market could bottom out not only for the week, but even through the rest of November, round back up to what will still be an existing 156.32 formation that continues to climb through time. I'd like to draw them both on one chart. You've got 134.99 down here. That's that channel bottom. And if we test it over the next week or two, we can round up by the end of December, push into what would then be the kind of the mid 160s. So there's that. And if we were to close below 134.99, that is our next short sell. That is our next indication to get out of all long positions if your time horizon is 3 to 5 weeks. Right now, we're expecting to buy 134.99 and to sell 156.32. That's kind of the 2 to 3 week time frame. 156.32, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, can also be sold in anticipation of the 110s or 120s within a month or two. That would then become clearly indicated if over the next week or two we close below 134.99. So in terms of downside activity, in terms of a sell signal that indicates a good high through the rest of the year, that would be a settlement below 134.99. And then I think we've got a 2 to 3 week sell-off into the 114.21 to 116.63 area where profits can be taken on a short position and long entry pursued for those of you who are interested in buying NVIDIA into the first quarter of 25. But I don't expect to see this lower area unless we either A, close below 134.99 or B, test 156.32. And to say that I then expect to fall all the way back here is a stretch. I would then expect it if we close below some variation of this channel bottom. I know I'm saying too much. I don't want to confuse the topic. I think I've said it all. I am going to leave it at that for Monday's NVIDIA report. I'll be back, of course, tomorrow with Tuesdays, and you have a great day.